if I'm going to show you some of the things you can list where when you list these, if if the customer checkboxes any of these and the truck driver who I'm competing with, who would get it, doesn't have them checked, and even if they check one of the things that I can do, it actually will give it to me. So it's important to check these if you can do them. That's the whole point. If you can't, do not worry about it. And do not check everything. Don't, because you might end up with something that you can't handle. And so I would definitely not recommend to do that. So here's my driver score. Again, this is cut. If you're on the Curri app, you'll recognize this. If you're not, these are just parts of screenshots because other parts showed my phone number, my email, that kind of stuff. So here we go. 5-star. And then there's a little underneath this is a little like see more about your badges. And the badges actually are what make the 5-star. So it's not stupid badges. And here's what you're gauged on. So your driver's score bases on 3 factors. Are you on time to the pickup? Meaning if especially on schedules. Like if you have a scheduled Sherman-Williams paint run that's paying really good money for 7 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 1 p.m. or whatever, be there 5 minutes early. Do not be late. Do not try and bud soda. Don't try and stack something and then go there. Don't do it. Go do this because they pay way better. And the more you do, the better you get offers. So on time is huge. Okay. Image uploads. That means taking pictures when you pick up and when you drop off. The drop off one is very important because you take, if like, let's say that it's a pre-build house, I am always putting the paint in the garage. You never leave paint outside. And a lot of like, it might not even have a garage door and I'm putting it in the garage. You might say, how's that not outside? It's not, because they'll be there, but a lot of them do. And the garage door is open. If it's not, just give it a little push from outside. If that doesn't work, just go inside the pre-build, knock first, obviously. A lot of times people aren't there. Just go in and open the garage door. That is my favorite way to do it. You can also carry it into the house, but a lot of times stairs and things aren't built, so I wouldn't recommend that. Always shoot for the garage. It's the easiest. And again, that's just for Sherman-Williams. But image uploads are huge. When you take the picture of it in your car, you just need one. When you take the picture of it at the location where you drop off, take it of the paint, and then take one way back of the garage and as much of the house as you can show. And if it doesn't have actual house numbers on it yet, like the address, usually you'll see a sign or something that says it, even if it's in Sharpie or something, the address you're supposed to be delivering to. And if not, at least try and get the whole house and the garage, and somehow, even if it's very small, capture a second picture of your paint too. Just a little piece of advice. And then self unassignment. You see my self unassignment count is 0 for the last 5. I've done over 1,000. My self unassignment count for everyone I have never unassigned even one. 0 unassigned, self unassigned by me. I think that's a killer. You don't want to do that. Now, this is what I was talking about. There's 2 sections here where you can list your capabilities and your driver accessories. So for me, I have a fold-up dolly in my SUV. I never use it. Even when I'm doing 400, 500, 600 pounds of paint, I never use it. I carry them by hand. It's much easier. A lot of pre-builds, the driveway might not even be done. But for me to undo my dolly, my foldable dolly, it's more like for, grocery delivery or for like a couple things of water or something. When you're doing like barrels of 45 to 60 pounds of industrial grade paint, those foldable dollies, unless you have something a lot better than what I do, I'm easier to do it by hand. But I put that I can unload 50 to 150 pounds. That's as much as I can do with my vehicle anyway. That's the highest checkbox. And there's other ones that are under. Load, unload, same thing. I can do 150 plus. Overnight hold. Josh is in here. He's familiar with that. That's where, in Josh's case, it was something different, but sometimes you'll get an offer that says it's an overnight hold. It might say pick up at 4:45 p.m. overnight hold because they close at 5, the place that you're delivering. So you just go get it, bring it to your house, and then deliver it in the morning. So on those, you have to do a little bit of different mileage calculations, but they usually pay very well. Um, and then there's willing to travel long distance. Over 150 miles is the biggest one. So they have over 50 miles, over 100 miles, and over 150. I'm willing to over 150. I'm willing to do 1,500 miles if you pay me right. And then I can operate a pallet jack too. Pallet jack is just the one that's by hand. So if you guys aren't familiar, if you're not familiar with a pallet jack, I need to say this and then I'll bring this back up. If you're not familiar with a pallet jack, ask one of the guys at Sherman-Williams to show you how to use one. The hand pallet jacks, they are so easy, and literally somebody can teach you in 2 minutes or less. Literally, you just slide it into the pallet, the two prongs, and then you just pump lift it, and then it just drags. So it is so easy to use. Don't let that throw you off. That's not a trained thing. It's super easy. Um, and then and I barely ever have to do it. I've had to do it maybe 3-4 times of all of my deliveries. But then I list also that I have a dolly, I have gloves, I have straps, I have tarps, I have boots, and I have safety glasses. And also, I don't know why I didn't capture it on the screenshot here, but I do have masks in my car. Sometimes they might require, I've never had a mask requirement, but they do still have it on the PPE in case. So there's all of that. I'm trying to get you guys, I really want to get everybody caught up with what's going on. Yeah. So Josh's was a little different. Josh's overnight hold was here. Maybe I'm wrong. Josh can correct me, but somebody screwed up in Josh's case is how I see it. Somebody picked up an order, delivered it to where it was going after the place had closed, took the pictures and all this. It might not have been a screw up on their part. Maybe even Curri did. And in that case, Curri paid the driver too. But um, but in his case, what they had, they actually told Josh, hey, if I'm correct, the driver dropped it off at the drop off. They're closed. Can you go pick this up, hold it overnight, and then bring it back in the morning? So he actually went to where the drop off was, not the pickup, repicked up the order, and then brought it back to his house overnight. And his first thing in the morning was to deliver that. Am I right, Josh? I might be wrong, but yeah, see, I need more. Overnight holds pay good too, because especially in a case where they're juggling something, because it means something got screwed up or somehow the customer sent in an order late and they're willing to pay, Curry's willing to pay you to do that. Yeah. Cody had yeah, see, okay, yeah, the overnight holds are big to Curry, because if somebody drops something important, like Ferguson Plumbing, I might have a 10-pound box, but that in there might be the interface to water heaters that are $300 a piece, and there might be 20 of them. So they don't want it sitting out there. A lot of times we know these industrial areas, I mean, things will get stolen. So they don't want it there. So they're going to pay you to go get that and hold it. That's kind of a newer feature too, and I love it. I love overnight hold. I don't see a lot of them, but they're great. They pay good.